Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we're going back to Carnevale. I haven't done any Carnevale models in a while, but today we have the Rialto Assassin. How do I know it's Rialto Assassin? Because it says so on the box. Does High Lord Tamerlane have the inner strength to open it on camera? Yeah, I do. Okay, this is nice. This is the first actual packaged Carnevale model I have gotten. I bought a bunch in the original Tabletop Combat Kickstarter, and I gotta say, I have not been disappointed in any Tabletop Kickstarter I've done by Tabletop Combat. That wasn't coming out of my mouth correctly. So here we have some teeny tiny knives that he's holding on to, and that's going to require some very delicate trimming. And whether or not I'm up to that task is entirely debatable. I would suggest this feels a little filmy. I'm going to give it a good wash before actually gluing it. But the overall details seem pretty crisp. You can see he's got his mask on there. You can see the details on his outfit. I wonder if there's any kind of analog to Mordheim for these guys. I've always wondered that. I know there was a circus, but I thought that was like Nurgle-y stuff. Let me see, just out of curiosity, if we grab our Witch Hunter friend here to get a good size representation. So they're a little bit more true scale, longer legs, smaller head, and I just realized I'm like stabbing myself with a hobby knife while I'm talking. That's fun. And I'm not really sure. Oh, okay. I was wondering if this is a bit of just like flash. No, it's like a broken gondola pole. Okay, that makes more sense. Of course, where that broken gondola pole is going to go, I'm not sure, because he has just a very generic base. So a lot of the Carnevale models, at least from the Kickstarter, came with those nice resin cobblestone bases. I'm not sure if I'm going to put him on one. I should have a bunch, but then again, I also have a bunch of models that I need to build. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and put him together, and we'll see how he looks when he doesn't have a million things attached to all of his contact points. All right, so our Rialto Assassin here is all done, and I find that always funny saying Rialto Assassin because the city of Rialto is not that far away from where I am, so funny. Anyway, random tidbit. Surprisingly, despite the best of my ability, I was able to keep his little throwing knives in his hands. I was quite afraid that I would destroy them in the process, but nope, they survived. Hooray for me. I'm not a big fan of the boring base. Then again, I don't think I actually have enough of the resin bases that were released during the Kickstarter to supply him with one, so he's just going to be stuck with that, and we'll just have to paint it up. Boring, I know, but it is what it is. Grabbing another random Carnevale figure, my sad member of the Patricians Guild that is still not getting painted, along with another friend of his from the same starting set. Gang. I think I said guild. Anyway, I started the noble. I haven't started these guys yet. You can see they're pretty comparable in size, even with the custom resin scenic bases. Grabbing our intrepid Mordheim friend, you can see they're not going to look too out of place. So if you really wanted to get creative and somehow put together a Carnevale warband of Mordheim guys or Empire agents or something along those lines, you probably could get away with it, especially if you use the app that is, there's an app. They might have an app. I know there's an army builder online, at least. You can take a look at that. I'll put a link there, and based on the rules, you might be able to get yourself a good starting warband just out of old GW models, because, I mean, it probably would work, and they do have a couple of interesting factions, like the Strigoi, they have the Gifted, they have the Rashar, and they're all underwater nonsense things. So I think if you get creative with your own current collection, you'll probably be able to use these guys. But more importantly, I think these models themselves, you know, besides giving off a bit of an Assassin's Creed vibe, which obviously is intended, I mean, being based in Venice and all that, they are their own really unique thing. It's an area of history that we don't tend to see a lot of models from, so I'm all the more eager to support that kind of stuff. I like seeing something different on the tabletop, and that's kind of why you see all these obscurities in the first place. So if you're interested, check out Tabletop Combat's website and take a look through their Carnevale range. They do have quite a few new and interesting models still coming out, and I'm sure there's going to be more in the future. So why not support something new and interesting and different, right? With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, and I hope you guys will stick around and check out some of the other videos, but for now, I am going to say goodbye.